Hello. Before we start today's episode, if you would like a condensed version of what I'm talking about in this podcast, go ahead and subscribe to the Perfectionist Guide. You can read the entire thing in 3 minutes or less. To access this, go to CourtneyLoveGavin.com/newsletter. Are you a bit of a perfectionist? Type A, hyper performer? Then you know that having the audacity to see an ideal and bring it into reality while breaking generational habits of hustle can be tough, but it doesn't have to be. If you are ready to burn bright instead of burning out, to lead without losing yourself, and to enjoy the life you have worked so hard to create, then keep listening. I'm your host, America's leader on Rewiring Perfectionism, CLG, and this is Perfectionism Rewired, the podcast. Welcome to Perfectionism Rewired. Now, if you are like I was when I was held hostage by my perfectionism, you are tired of being told to just be less of a perfectionist. Intellectually, you are aware, maybe even too aware of, I know that perfection doesn't exist, but yet you are still obsessing over whether or not you made the right decision 3 days ago, or did I say that the right way? And you are sick of perfectionism being this constant god-awful companion in your brain that is sitting back watching every move while also constantly reminding you how important it is that you do everything and you do it now and you do it excellently. You just want to be able to cut down how much you are questioning yourself. You want to be able to look at yourself without the cruel criticism, and you want to be able to truly believe and feel for yourself that you are doing great. In this episode, you will discover how permanent change happens. This is vital because when perfectionists, high achievers learn a new way to operate, we mistakenly think, now that I know this, I should just be able to do it 100% of the time and never forget. But that's not how change works. And we don't want temporary change here. We want permanent, lifelong, sustainable transformation. What makes that possible is neuroplasticity. If you're new to neuroplasticity is your brain and nervous system's ability to be shaped and rewired through new learning and experiences. You can change how you respond to criticism. You can change how you respond to the urge to people please. I really like to bring it back to science because when you understand the science, you're much more likely to follow through and change. Another reason why I bring in the science is because it offers you an opportunity to be more compassionate for yourself. When I'm coaching clients, they often feel like they're doing something wrong. Or perhaps you've even had this feeling of, I'm too old. Maybe I just don't get it. Maybe I'm not meant to. There's something wrong with me. I just don't understand why I have this amazing life, but I don't really enjoy it or feel like it's enough. And we make it like this flaw with ourselves, and it becomes this very personal thing. And when we understand the science behind perfectionism and your perfectionistic tendencies, I automatically see my clients like their shoulders just relax. They go down from their ears and they really start to play on their own team when they understand, oh, this isn't just a me thing. This is a perfectionist thing. This is a brain thing. This is just the way that my nervous system is conditioned to react because of da, da, da. So when we can look with a bit more perspective, we are able to do something about it because we're not being weighed down by shame or judgment. Now, let me explain how the process of neuroplastic change works. There are 4 phases to permanent change. The first phase, phase 1, I like to call this the waking up phase. You learn something new and you start using it. And about 20% of the time, you actually do it. Like you'll look at the sink, you will see the peanut butter knife that your partner didn't put in the dishwasher, and you will feel the urge to tell your partner where it goes. And instead, you will pick it up, put it in the dishwasher, and move on with your day. 80% of the time, though, you'll be halfway through deep cleaning the baseboards and realize that you have been procrastinating to avoid calling your sister back, and the house cleaners are going to be there tomorrow. The good news is that your brain is waking up to paying attention to your perfectionistic habits. But too often we crap on ourselves by thinking, I shouldn't be doing this. I learned something and now I'm making mistakes. But if you want permanent change to happen and to get past this first phase of change, you must not misinterpret the process as mistakes. Mistakes are there to help you solve and evolve. They're either going to teach you how to move forward or they're going to drag you into the gutter. But it will always be because of how you are deciding to think about your mistakes in the moment. And look, I get it. We don't want to look foolish, but your job is not to avoid trying things so that you don't risk feeling rejected or judged. That's called playing small, and that's what teenagers and children do. Your job is to try new things, to take risks, to get messy, and to make mistakes. And to consider that making mistakes could mean something completely different than you've ever been willing to in your entire life. Victims use mistakes as proof that they're doomed and that they're never ever going to be able to figure this out. Instead, why not choose to think, I'm learning how to be more aware each day? As long as you keep expanding your awareness and paying attention, you're going to hit the next phase 2, which is the momentum phase. Here, you will ask yourself, am I being intentional? What's the impact of my perfectionism? About 40% of the time. 60% of the time, you will notice midway through or after the fact that you are catching default, unintentional perfectionism. More and more frequently, your brain is increasing how much it's paying attention simply because you are making this a priority. You have something in your brain called the Reticular Activating System, or RAS. This part of your brain decides what's important for you to pay attention to, and then it goes to work on making sure you notice it. It also filters out unimportant things. Here's how you know if you have a functioning reticular activating system. Have you ever been in a crowded place and hear someone say your name and your ears perk up? Like you look around to see if someone might be talking to you? That is your reticular activating system at work. Your brain filtered out all of the conversations happening around you. Somewhere it heard your name being called. That is your RAS. Until now, the impact and intentions around your perfectionistic habits weren't that important. You gave your brain no reason to find them, so it stopped alerting you to when your perfectionism had taken the driver's seat. Now that you've made it important again, your RAS is making sure you know when it's happening. When you hit momentum phase 2, that is when your RAS really starts helping you out. The next phase is the make or break it, phase 3. In this phase, you'll be able to be intentional and enjoy the impact about 60% of the time. But 40% of the time, you're still missing shit. You want to be experimenting and analyzing and then learning from the observations. This is why inside of Perfectionism Optimized, I teach you this skill and give you an exact step-by-step of how you can solve and evolve every single time you find yourself stumbling or you make a mistake or you choose to perfect to prove yourself and you really didn't want to, or you said yes when you meant to say no, and you feel like you're out of control with people pleasing. You're catching yourself in the middle of procrastinating or overworking or overthinking or spinning out. During this phase, your brain is on super alert and it's begging you to keep going. But most of us misinterpret this phase by mistakenly thinking we should be doing it perfectly by now, that our path should be direct, smooth, and free of obstacles by now. But it's not true. What is true is that your mind is showing you all of the perfectionistic patterns. And it's your job to keep working on ways to stretch your awareness so you can continue making progress. What helps dissolve these feelings of frustration and inadequacy is to turn it into a game. We want to create novelty. Human brains love novelty. And what I mean by novelty is newness. It's fresh, it's interesting, it captures the attention of the brain. The way that you'll learn about novelty in Perfectionism Optimized one-on-one coaching is you can turn anything into a game. Everything you learn after is compounding results because your perfectionism is working with you are able to leverage it for the rest of your life. Now, the last phase is the habit phase, phase 4, which is 80% of the time you got this on lock, and 20% of the time your old habits still pop up. Notice there's no phase in change that's 100% of the time you get it right. If you hold on to tearing yourself apart because you're not meeting your own impossible standards, you are going to continue to be held hostage by perfectionism. Lasting change will not happen through blame or judgment or self-abuse. Like, change can only happen when you start practicing and developing genuine curiosity about your perfectionistic tendencies. If you want to evolve into a version of you who isn't at the mercy of your perfectionism, who can listen to your body and say no without feeling like you're missing out or the person is going to hate you forever, come work with me. You can start today. Go to CourtneyLoveGavin.com/services. I will also put a link in the show notes to actually wake up every day with energy so that you can show up differently in every area of your life. You're more confident at work. You're the best parent that you can be for your kids, and you just feel more exuberant and peaceful in general. Your action step is to just start collecting data. I want you to start thinking, what are the most common times of day? What are the most common activities and situations that you are noticing your perfectionistic tendencies coming up?